Hello there, Brent.
Hello.
Right up on the fucking mic.
Yeah, whoa. That sound okay?
Me and this mic, we've become well acquainted over the years.
We're on a roll.
Yeah, we're on a roll right now. What's up?
Yeah.
What did we start
crazy.
at the beginning of 2021? What episode, do you know?
34.
Really?
35. 34,
Is
35.
that
This is the
true?
fifth one, right? I
Holy
swear it's like the fifth
shit.
one that we put out
Let
this
me
year.
count. Where are we at here? We did January
Look, girl.
6th, January 11th, January 18th, January 25th. Oh my God, that's 4 in a row. And the last one before that was September 7th. And the
So
last
we're on
one
a
before
real
that
roll.
was May 25th. I can't believe this podcast called coronavirus. Thank God it didn't
It is
get us.
Like the one time where people could have been doing a lot was during COVID, right? And it's funny because everyone
Yeah.
felt the same. They didn't want to.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
wanted to
Well,
do
I mean,
anything.
it's not like we weren't doing a lot. We were doing a lot.
Yeah. But I think there was a lot of things that like, I don't know. Like I guess I've seen people like taking up knitting and things like that.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
you know what? We were very lucky to be busy this year and for things to work the way that they worked. But I don't think ever in my life did I wish as much to work for someone who said I wasn't allowed to come in the office and I had to find time to kill. Because I feel like there's so many people I know that like learned really cool shit. You know, like at the beginning, you know, that I wish I had some time to like learn some cool stuff. But, you know, it's probably better that I like maintained a living and a life for my family.
You know what? That happened to me, but it was like the same thing as like we were just busy.
Yeah.
And like, so I was kind of jealous looking around at like family members and things like that that got to just like not do anything. And I was
Grass is
like,
always
"Fuck, I wish I
greener.
could do that." Yeah.
Grass is always greener.
I wish I could do that shit. I wish I could do nothing. I wish. Did you learn anything
Nope.
during your COVID?
Not
No.
a goddamn thing. I learned that I really like being at home. That was cool.
Yeah. So while we were all de-evolving,
Yeah.
you were just
I was
being the same.
I was wallowing in splendor. That's what
Maintaining.
I was maintaining. I was living exactly how I've lived for the past 15 years.
Yeah.
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 That's what I did. It's good.
We got some awesome YouTube comments.
Ah, nice. Yeah, because, if anyone who's watching on YouTube, we have a nice graphical overlay that's new. I don't know if I like it yet. I'll decide. I kind of like it because we've been doing like this whole like weird like old school VHS thing, and this kind of felt like a VHS thing to me.
Yeah, this feels like a weird infomercial.
Yeah. Yeah. This whole podcast is essentially a big infomercial to hire us.
Oh no, hey.
That's the whole point of
definitely-
it. Really, let's be honest.
It's like to expose the practitioner. Is that
Yo.
what that is?
It's who has ever started a podcast without the intent of furthering their career?
Yeah, I mean,
You think
yeah.
Mark Maron does that?
yeah. Don't you? You know what? That's what I hate. I don't mind Mark Maron's podcast, but that's what I hate is his like pretending that he is like the everyman that just doesn't care and is. Hey, I'm just in my
You don't think he's
garage.
the everyman? I think he's the
No.
everyman.
No. Hey, I'm in my garage with Barack Obama.
I'm in my garage with Barack Obama.
Hey, just here in the garage. Isn't that how he starts every podcast?
Hey, I'm in my closet with Jesus Christ.
Oh no, that'd be a good podcast.
Yeah, me and Jesus in the closet. So
Yeah.
Jesus, tell me, what do you think about life? Well,
What do you think about being in the closet?
I think there's a spider on my shoulder, and I don't know where else to go from here.
I wasn't even thinking to go look at the comments on the videos on YouTube. And last night I was just checking them and I
Yeah.
started reading them and
Yeah.
we got some really good ones. Somebody says
What do we
nice
got?
one,
What do
top
we got?
dogs.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Top dogs.
Top dogs.
Yeah.
And then the next one that we got that made me laugh was oh dang, the big dogs are flapping.
Flapping? What does
Which is
that
great.
mean?
Like just
Like the
mouths are
20s, like flappers.
Yeah. Wait, what's from the 20 flappers?
The 20s, like the 1920s, like 100 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Like a flapper.
Is that what they would say?
You know, like a flapper. I don't know how to describe that, like audibly.
I've never heard of a flapper before.
It's like a nickname for like people in the 20s, like a certain style.
Like a flapperjack?
Sure. Yeah, right. But is that like a pancake?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yo, I've never known the difference between a pancake and a flapjack. Because I think there is a difference. Is a flapjack like
a lot
bigger?
Yeah.
All right, problem solved. Moving on.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's
You want to go down this rabbit hole?
Fucking stupid. No, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
You want to bust out my tape measure?
Yo. Every time I sit down at like a diner and it says like pancakes, and then I scroll down the page and I see flapjacks, I just throw the menu across the diner. Just fling it as hard as I can. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Not eating this. I'm not eating at your
It's
establishment.
just bullshit. Just write small and big.
I'm not doing business with you until you get this thing off the menu.
Yo, one time, and I don't know if this is culturally insensitive or not. My wife and I went to a diner near my old house where I grew up in Long Island, and it was around Easter time, and we sat down at a table, and someone came over. You know, like a lot of Greek people own diners. I don't know if it's like that around the country, but like in New York, like a lot of Greek people own diners. So there's Easter, and then there's like Greek Easter also. So I believe we were sitting down during Greek Easter, and we sat down. Greekster. And we sat down, and one of the waiters came over and put a bowl on our table that literally had like a bone with like meat and weird juice. Just like it was just like sitting in like bone, like the meat looked like it fell off the bone, and there was just like a bone sticking in the bowl with like meat and juice. And we were looking at each other, and we were just like, I don't think it was broth. And we were looking at each other. We're like, is this a Greek thing? And I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, my wife's a vegetarian, and I'm certainly not eating whatever it was. And then another waitress came by, and we were like, can we get rid of this? And she was like, yeah. Which made it feel like the waiter was playing a joke on us, the way that she took it away. But like, I don't know if that was like some kind of traditional fucking dish, or somebody was just fucking with us.
No, you're supposed to wash your hands with it.
It was very strange. And if anyone's Greek and can let me know if that's a real thing or not, I would appreciate it.
You know what? I don't think that's culturally insensitive for you to be like, no, I don't want.
Well, it was just like a bowl with like a bone in it. It was just like, here's your bone bowl. Happy Greek Easter.
I heard that's what it's like. That's the reason that in Japan they don't like foreigners who stay like long time, like permanently like reside in Japan, is that they start trying to like take over their like traditions and things like that. They're okay with
I've
heard
tourists. I've heard that.
They like tourists, and they're okay with you like coming and not understanding really.
Right.
But the minute you're gonna stick around and try to learn they're like, nah, like you don't do it like us, which I appreciate.
I appreciate that too.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that is like the anti-Italian way to do things. So like in the Italian way of life, we have what's called the Italian goodbye. Have we ever talked about this before?
Yeah, you goodbye. Hey, oh yeah, you goodbye.
We have talked about this before, right?
Yeah.
So that is like the anti-Japanese. Like an Italian won't let you leave the house. A Japanese person would just be like, okay, thank you. Time to go.
Please leave.
Yeah, it would just like stand up and just like nod you out of the house. Whereas like an Italian will just keep, hugging you back into the house.
Yeah. That's something that happened from COVID. I feel like bowing and stuff like that. Like, or like just not shaking hands, you know what I mean? Kind of like nodding.
Well, there's a lot of like fist pounds.
Oh, I hate those.
If you're gonna like have to like acknowledge someone, you're like, you know what I mean?
Don't you hate that?
I like it better than shaking hands, especially now.
Yeah, Yeah.
I mean, the way to go is to just not touch anybody. You know,
Or talk to them.
or talk to them. Keep your mask
Yeah.
on, and then just keep like going higher and higher on the mask until it's like over your eyes, so they can't even make eye contact with you.
Yeah.
You know.
Just going with. Oh man, the other day we went for a walk and Erin was wearing her mask and sunglasses and a toque,
Oh, nice.
and I was like, this.
She's
I don't know
just
why.
hidden.
Yeah, it felt scary.
Nah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think she's
Yeah.
gonna kill you in your sleep and get
I
away
think
with it because no one would recognize her?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a perfect woman for you.
I don't know if this is something that only me and Aaron do. I'm assuming this isn't something that only me and Aaron do, but we joke about how we're gonna kill each other. Do you guys do that? You guys don't do that.
No. If I
Oh,
were to
man.
kill you, I would do it. No, this is a this. I mean, it fits your character perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
No.
Here's
All right.
this is in my home. We love each other, Brent. We have a very loving household. We're not planning each other's deaths. Actually, hold on. I take that back. My youngest daughter, who is approaching 2 years old, is, I think she's a sociopath. Like, seriously. If she does something and I say, hey, don't do that, she stops what she's doing, she turns around and looks at me, she takes her thumb, puts it to the left side of her throat, and then she goes and looks at me like that, and she does that. That's what she does every time. And then she says, no.
You don't tell me what to do.
I would not be surprised if in the middle of the night I wake up and she's sitting on top of me with a knife, like right about to plunge through my forehead.
Oh no, man.
She's the scariest person in my house.
You're
like-
scared of her?
Like by far. She's not scared of me. She's not scared of me. I can't discipline her. She won't listen to me. She looks at me. She gives my wife the Italian salute. Do you know what that is?
Yes. Okay,
Like that.
no, I've never seen that.
Yeah. Oh, you've never seen that before?
No.
Canada
Is
sucks.
that like an FU?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she did.
Where'd she learn that from?
I don't know. She just knows it. I don't know where she learned how to do this from either. The throat slitting move. I don't know where she learned that.
I know where she learned that.
Where?
One time you were on FaceTime with me and you did that to me.
Did I do that?
You were, I know,
Shit.
I don't forget these little subtlety things, and maybe you've done it before, but I know for a fact that I was on FaceTime with you one time, and she was on your lap, and she was laughing, and you looked at me, and you went like that. I know that happened. Yeah. No,
fuck.
I know. I don't.
Looks
forget
like
this.
I'm the sociopath then. I just passed it down.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I know you did that once.
Fuck. I mean, I've done that before.
Yeah.
And I will do it again, but like I didn't think I taught my, little sweet baby girl how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna be a killer because of you.
Well,
doing
I mean,
that to you think is a serial.
maybe she'll kill for me instead of at me.
How many people do you think are raising their kids right now to like start their own little army?
To be killers?
Yeah.
An army of babies? An army of lethal babies?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably more than you think.
Yeah.
Probably like a lot, actually.
Yeah, there's some
Dude,
crazy
like
people.
especially like Southern people with guns and shit. You know, the like little kids like learning how to shoot guns like at an early age.
Yeah. Dude, there's a documentary, and I wonder if you've seen it, and I don't remember the name of it. I'm not even going to try to look it up right now, but I'm going to just describe it to you, and then people can find it later. I think it's somewhere in Texas where it's called like something boys, and they take school of boys, and they get to practice politics for the day.
Oh, I saw that just came out like a year ago, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Crazy, right? Like just the trailer.
I didn't watch
just
it yet.
remember-
Did you see it?
I only seen the trailer,
Oh, I
but
wanna
just the
watch it.
trailer is enough to make you just feel super uncomfortable that they're already like horrible little monsters.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
Like you think that it's gonna be better, but they just continue to just act like little yeah.
I mean, no, that's pretty terrifying. I mean, I think just like kids in Texas in general are pretty scary.
What do you think about?
I have
everybody
friends in
moving?
Texas. I could say that. What'd you say?
Yeah. What do you think about everybody moving to Texas? Lots of people
I don't know
moving.
why anyone would move to Texas. You know what though?
Yeah.
That's not true. It's kind of nice that people move to Texas because it kind of like evens out like their crazy redneck population. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, if we just get some.
You get your Austins, your Dallases, your Houstons. You know,
Yeah.
those are all cool little cities.
Yeah, I'll probably never go ever. But
I went to Dallas once, and
How's that?
I was judging a design competition there, and then I saw where JFK got his head blown off, and that was it.
I made a Instagram post about that today.
Yeah, did you? What the fuck? Why?
Come on.
It's topical.
Yo,
It's
hold on a second. I need to bring something up. It's serious. Do you think that there are any other design centric podcasts that have a soundboard?
I don't think there's very many podcasts.
Are we like treading on like new ground?
I think so, because I think everybody wants a soundboard,
But nobody has it.
Yeah.
Why
You
are
know,
we
occasion-
special? What makes us so special that we get a soundboard and sound effects where I could at a moment's notice
Come on.
come on.
Is that like a WWE?
I don't know what it is. It came with the soundboard.
Oh man. You know what? Occasionally we'll get requests through our podcast email for weird things.
yeah, we do.
And I like to test people if to see if they're genuine.
This is, you know what? I'm glad you brought this up because if
Are you angry
these,
about it?
No, because if these people, so I'll just explain real quick, even though you were about to. I'll cut you off.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
These people, I don't know how and why. Maybe they're just like trolling through like the iTunes charts or something like that, right? And then they go and they find our email address and they go, "Hey, we have someone who's going to be a great guest for you guys," without knowing what the show is about or anything like that. And you write back to them obnoxiously, and they really try hard to just go with the flow.
Yeah. I keep it kind of hidden in the beginning, my first response. But it's there. It's there if they want to like dig deep enough. They could tell I'm full of shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It'll be like someone's just like, "Oh, we have a religious leader that would love to come on your podcast. We think they'd be a great fit." And you'll write back something like, "Oh yeah, it would be great to talk about like the design industry with person X." And then be like, "Well, we don't know if they'd know much about that, but." And you're like, "Oh yeah, cool. So we'll talk about design then, right?"
Yeah. Dude, and we get pretty far down the rabbit hole before they're like, "I don't think it's a good guess for you guys' show."
Just like,
and I'm like, "Why? Well, but you approached us for it.
right.
What are you talking about?" And we just got a request the other day. I don't know if you've seen this for just some app, I guess.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said was, "What's your favorite bit on the podcast?"
Yeah.
and this guy came back and this is very on point. This is coming full circle here.
Yeah.
He said, "I love that you guys have a soundboard.
Ah.
I one day hope to use a soundboard as well." And I think he just went and listened to like the latest episode.
Dude,
but
that's like literally like pulling up the first 5 seconds of like the last two episodes.
I think you hit the soundboard.
It was like
the
right
first
away.
10 seconds.
Right
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I didn't want
Yeah.
to sleep on the soundboard. I wanted it live, like out of the gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't know what to reply to that guy. But
God. All right. You should have said, "What's your top 3 favorite bits?" You'd be like, "Well, I like this on the soundboard, and I like the second sound on the soundboard, and
I said, "What's your favorite bits?" I think, and then he said that, and then he said like, he kind of just said like a quote from something we said, but it was clear he just kind of like went to that episode and then skipped to the middle and just like quoted us.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
God.
Which I hate, but it's kind of funny that I got him to go. Like,
You should
pay
have asked
attention
him
for
about
a
like the dinosaur scale. Ask him and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What's the dinosaur scale?" I like how this whole thing would just be like a series of quizzes for this guy.
second. Even though I know he's full of shit, it's like I'm just CIA interrogating him,
Yeah.
bringing him full circle on his own lie.
Which celebrity is John obsessed with?
Oh no, I don't even know this.
It was kind of like a theme at the beginning of the show. We haven't really talked about him since then. I'm not obsessed with him, but like I brought him up a lot.
Ryan Gosling.
No, that's who you're obsessed with. But actually,
I'm actually obsessed with Ryan
yes,
Gosling.
you bring up Ryan Gosling constantly.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's Canadian.
Like we did this thing the other day where I said to my wife and my sister-in-law, I said, name 10 famous Canadians. And it was hard.
What?
Yeah?
It is hard. I can only name 5 right now in my
Yeah.
head.
Because I think there's only like 11. I think there's like
You know what?
11 famous Canadians.
I can name a lot because of musicians and things like that.
Yeah. And including musicians and actors, it's like 11.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you're saying that, I'm not confident that I can even go over that. I'm gonna Justin Bieber,
There's 1.
Drake,
2.
Jim Carrey,
3.
Ryan Gosling,
4.
Ryan Reynolds,
5.
Robbie Robertson.
I don't know who that is. That doesn't count.
The band, the singer of the band.
Never heard of it. No, I know who
Neil
the
Young.
band is, but I'm not. Nope, doesn't count. Neil Young doesn't count. No, he's American. We claimed him. He's American now.
Shit, Tegan and Sarah.
You're at 5. No one cares about them. Keep going.
Well, that's all we got.
I want real celebrities. Keep going. Keep going. You got 5.
Rob Ford, mayor of Toronto.
Who the?
He was on Jimmy Kimmel. He's on Jimmy Kimmel.
Nobody cares about Jimmy Kimmel either. That doesn't count. What was that? What happened?
Internet and power went out.
Internet
For like
power went
1
out.
second.
Likely fucking Canadian story.
1 second.
You're just trying to. This is what you were trying to do. You were trying to get out of the fact that you couldn't name 10 Canadian celebrities.
Dude, I kept naming them when the
Those didn't
When the
count.
internet
Okay, so who'd you have? You got Justin Bieber. You had
Drake.
You had
Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, and Jim Carrey. That's 5. You need 5
Is Justin
more.
Timberlake Canadian?
That's a good question. He seems like a Canadian, doesn't he?
I think he's Canadian.
All right, I'll give you that one. 6.
Okay. Dude, that's all we got.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau.
No, that's not the same. That's not the same.
You know his name.
That's like calling yourself a fucking Canadian celebrity.
Technically.
I guess you probably are pretty high up on the list right now, right?
Within Alberta, I might be the most famous designer
Holy
right now.
shit, you might be the most famous person in Alberta. Wow. And you still got 4 left.
To name?
Yeah.
You're not going to give me Tegan and Sarah? A
No.
free
And all right, I'll give you them, but do they count as 2 or 1?
1.
That's
for
like
sure.
a package deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 7. You got 3 more left.
Jan Arden.
No idea who that is.
You don't know who Jan Arden is?
No. Who is it? You're laughing at me. It's fucking
Musician. It's a
No.
musician. It's a
No.
famous Canadian musician.
Never heard of this person.
Joni Mitchell.
Okay. All right.
And you're not going to give me Neil Young? He's
No,
Canadian.
because we took Neil Young. He's American now.
I mean, all of these people are technically American.
I feel like Neil Young though is become very iconic. Is like an iconic American-ish musician.
Dude, in all of his songs, he starts off singing about somewhere in Canada.
Does he?
Yeah.
Never heard
a lot of the songs.
Nah, I don't listen. to Neil
Never
Young.
heard those songs.
I only listen to the Neil Young songs that are like America, like that.
What was I looking at the other day? The lyrics of like Home Sweet
Alabama.
Yeah.
And I hope Mr. Young, right? It's a diss track.
It's not a diss track.
It
It definitely comes off as a diss track, but apparently they were like really good friends.
Yeah, but like Neil Young has that song called Southern Man,
Yes.
right? And Lynyrd Skynyrd has Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes.
And they're like going back and forth at each other. They're dissing each other.
No. Apparently
That's
they're
not true.
not. No, apparently Lynyrd Skynyrd is saying apparently they're like almost in agreement with Neil Young or something like that.
Really?
But apparently they're really
Never
good
heard that.
friends. And I also never realized that Lynyrd Skynyrd, the singer, died, hey? In a plane
A
crash?
couple
I
of the
didn't know
guys died.
I know. I wasn't aware of that.
I think it's the last record that they put out has a picture of them on the cover, and there's like flames on the cover, and the people in the picture who were touched by the flames are the ones that died in the plane crash.
Do you believe in those kind of conspiracy things?
Yeah.
I love how you're like, Yeah, I do, you idiot.
I mean, what more evidence do you need? It's right there. It's in fucking print.
They were touched by the flames, and now they're dead.
Yeah, they were burned by the flames. Is what happened. Also, I'm not letting you out of this. You still need 3 more.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. Okay, I'll give you that.
Bret
2
Hart.
more.
2 more.
And you can't name more Hart family members. Owen Hart,
right,
Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah, are they all? Are we
British
package
Bulldog.
dealing the Hearts?
I don't know.
Um,
Stu Hart.
which isn't Stu the funniest name? I'm
Stu.
sorry if a listener's name is Stu, but you have a food name. You're a food.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah. Because when I
not a
hear the
very good
name Stu, the letter U pops into my head instantly, and I don't think about the food.
Yeah, I only think about the food.
Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting. Not as interesting as you not being able to get to 10 though.
What am I at?
8.
2. All right, 2 more. 2 more Canadians that are famous. But here's the thing: is I know some famous Canadians, but I don't even know if you'd give it to me.
If
Mac DeMarco.
If you're famous in Canada, it doesn't count as being famous. We all know that. Everybody knows that. You have to be famous in America for it to count.
Okay, Mac DeMarco.
I guess he's famous. That's 9. Don't believe that he's Canadian, though.
He's from Edmonton. He's from like 4 hours away from me.
I don't think that's true, but I'll let you slide. I heard he was from Minnesota.
I just need 1 more, huh?
That's it.
Damn, dude, I can't think of a 1.
Dude, I am really pleased at you not being able to name 10 famous Canadians.
John Candy.
I think he's from Chicago.
No, he definitely is. No, he's definitely American. Damn, dude, this is almost impossible.
I went to a college in Long Island.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. All right, cool. I'll give you that.
Boom.
Like
That's
the
pretty
college I went to has more famous people out of it, and it's like a college that no one's ever heard of.
Can you name 5 more famous Canadians?
Celine Dion,
Okay.
Pamela Anderson.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. I think we exhausted the list.
Damn, dude, I feel like there's a lot of like famous actors from here. But
Hugh Jackman,
isn't he Australian?
Nicole Kidman, Tom Cruise, and Sinbad.
Elijah Wood.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, that worked.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Man.
Good job.
I guess.
What about this?
Episode?
Hold on, real quick. I mentioned Sinbad. Do you know if Sinbad is alive or dead?
You know what? I barely even know who Sinbad is.
You don't know who Sinbad is? That's sad because it makes sense though. Because why would you know him? He's a comedian.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay,
but I don't know like anything past that.
He was in a movie called House Guest with Phil Hartman. Do you know who Phil Hartman is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Phil
he's
Hartman
also like Sinbad's in like a ton of other shit too. But here's the story: is that years and years ago, my wife and I were in the car driving somewhere, just bullshitting, and Sinbad came up, and independently of one another, we were both positive that he died, and he's not dead. Like we both like knew that he died of whatever. A disease or some shit or a drug overdose. I forget what it was that we said, but we were like, we knew that he was dead from it. And we both like knew that as fact, but he is in fact not dead, nor did he have what happened to him, which we thought. So there was like some kind of like independent rumor that spread across the East Coast of the United States.
This is one of those Bernstein
I think so.
things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think about those like weird happenings?
It's pretty messed up because like that's the stuff where you're just like, I clearly remember there not being the letter A on the cover of that book, you know, and it's like that whole like collective consciousness of like everyone kind of thinks it's one way and it's not. Like for that one in particular, you know, or like a couple of those in that effect. What is it, like the Mandela effect? It's just like, no, because I know that's not true. But like it's like in a movie, like when there's like a time shift and you're all of a sudden in a different dimension, and the evidence that you have to prove it isn't there because you're not in that dimension anymore.
You know what's funny is how egotistical of us as humans to be like, hey, if we all get together and we all think something. You know what I mean?
Dude, you see dogs doing that shit all the time. They just like stand there and stare at each other.
They're like, come on, think about treats. Think about treats.
Think about treats.
It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, man. And I mean, eventually they get their treats.
Yeah.
So it's
Or I come around the corner with a...
You just start punting them.
Yeah. This isn't what we were thinking. This isn't what we were thinking.
He said treats.
Yeah, I think that those...
Fucking speaking English.
He said treats.
Yo, I love when dogs speak English. The funniest shit in the world. My wife tells my daughter, like, on Christmas Eve at midnight, animals can speak for 1 minute. I don't know where she got this from, but like,
wait, your wife tells?
Yes, it's like we fuck with our kids really bad all the time. But she tells my daughter that all the time. My daughter loves it. And so I really lean into it so hard. And I'm always like, at midnight, I always sit down and talk to our dog. And I'm just like, every fucking year, the dog
once a year.
Every year, once a year, he's about to tell me the meaning of life, but he's so excited to talk that he's just by the time he gets to it, the minute has worn off. And I never find out what the meaning of life is.
Oh my, dude, that's such a, oh my God, that's such a funny premise. It's like Sisyphus like rolling a rock up.
Yo, it is the funniest one. I have so much fun with it. It is amazing. And she just like eats it up. It's the greatest thing in the world.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Oh God. All right,
dude,
let's keep moving. Let's keep this train moving.
Such a funny premise. So last episode I was saying to you something about, you know, why the Yankees always win. People can't keep their eyes off the pinstripes.
Right.
Somebody wrote in and let us know that was Christopher
movie.
Walken. Yeah, and Catch Me If You Can. Have you seen that?
No, I never saw it. Is it
This
good?
guy gave it 5 dinos. Yeah, I agree with him. 5
Really?
dinos for sure.
For some reason, I always thought that movie was bullshit.
No, it's
good.
It's Martin Scorsese, correct?
Yeah, you know, I just found that out last night too. I had no idea. I didn't know who. I thought it was like one of those like one-off Tom Hanks movies that like whatever, you know?
No, yeah. Martin Scorsese. The intro for it is actually like a Saul Bass.
Right, with the arrows and shit.
Yeah. Very much like trying to think of the famous Saul Bass movie.
Oh God, what is it? Is it Dial M for Murder?
Yeah,
is that the one? No, the arm. What's the one with the arm?
Yeah, the one with the arm.
I'm blanking. I'm just thinking about dogs talking.
Yeah. Oh man, when I was laughing so hard that my cats like,
you got concerned.
Like, what's up? Yeah, no, they're like coming up. They won't leave me alone now.
The only other times that he laughs is when he's about to murder someone.
Yeah, they're coming to eat.
I'm starving.
Yeah, he hasn't murdered anyone in so long.
I only get one chance a year to tell him I'm hungry, but this time I know it means something.
Oh, dude, that is such a funny premise. Yo, I highly recommend Catch Me If You Can.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow or the next day.
Actually,
or the day after that.
It's on Netflix, I believe.
Is it? Oh, that's good. That's good.
Canada Netflix.
My youngest, it takes her a while to fall asleep at night, so I usually just like chill with her for a little bit and like watch a movie until she passes out, because she's like in that stage that like she's like soon gonna be out of the crib, gonna be in a bed soon, and all that kind of stuff. So she's like learning how to like sleep like a kid. So I've been watching so much shit every night because she just like doesn't pay attention. She just zones out. So I've been watching documentaries and like whatever I can find.
Watch anything good?
I started watching this one on Hulu called My Scientology Movie. And it's just like, it's this dude and he's just like trying to get into the Scientology building. He's got like a couple of these like ex-Scientology dudes and they're like doing interviews and blah, blah, blah. And they're like,
is this in LA?
Yeah, it's in LA.
Okay. Yeah. I believe I've seen something about that. It's true, right? Real
documentary?
Yeah.
It's a documentary.
Yeah.
It's pretty good so far. It's pretty good so far. Yeah.
I started watching Disenchantment season 3.
It's good.
I'm like 4 episodes in. You're totally right. It's really refined now.
It's
like to the point where
really
it feels like Futurama, like in terms of
it's so deep and so detailed, you know, and the jokes are so right.
That's what I was gonna say. Is the jokes are like there's like it's so layered in all of those jokes.
Yeah.
I think it might. Yeah, it's becoming my favorite show easily.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. It's an excellent show, and it works on so many different levels.
Have you gone back and tried to watch like Futurama or something like that?
Dude, I used to have like the Futurama DVDs. I bought them all like when they came out, whatever year that was, because I was obsessed with Futurama. That was like my favorite show in the entire world, and I've watched that series 100 times. And then when they went and did the movies and the new seasons, it almost kind of ruined it for me. And it's
I've never seen the movie, and I never seen the new seasons either.
It has like this weird polish to it that just feels like they took the rawness that made it so great and kept polishing it until it just felt disingenuous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it kind of lost me because like what I loved about it was how subtle it was. The same way that Disenchantment is, you know?
I was going to say like those jokes, like if you're not like actually watching it, you can easily like just pass them up.
Yeah.
And
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss Futurama. I felt like Futurama was one of those shows that actually like you felt sad when you were watching it with those sad episodes where he's like going,
oh man,
where he's visiting his family, like or not visiting his family, but he's like gone back to his home and stuff like that from as a child, and like those moments, I was like, whoa, this is
well. There's
dark.
The episode where the dog is waiting for him forever, and then there's the episode when he thinks that his brother stole his identity, but it's really his nephew, like trying to like honor his memory. Like both of those are just like gut wrenching.
Yeah. Oh, the dog one.
Yeah.
It's funny. I never, and maybe I'm just imagining it now, but that, and then like there was like a 4-leaf clover. That's the same.
Yeah.
Episode,
That's the one with the brother. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think he finds out that he didn't steal it.
No. It's like he thought it was like his brother, like stealing his life, but like his brother had a kid and named the kid after him, and then the kid like spent his life like honoring his dead uncle's memory or whatever.
Oh yeah,
so that's
dude,
like
that was so sad.
It was absolutely brutal.
Dude, see, like it's like the ability for just like honestly a comedy show to go that deep, to be that,
and a cartoon no less too.
Yeah, and you're right. Early deep. Simpsons was like that.
Yeah,
dude, that episode I think about all the time. Actually,
yeah, it's pretty
just
rough.
Those moments. Yeah, he like goes to the graveyard, I believe, things like that.
Yeah, and then it's like it plays like "Don't You Forget About Me" at the end, and you're just like,
oh my god, dude! No, I'm gonna watch that.
I would skip over those episodes because I was like, no, my soul can't take it today. It just can't do it.
Dude, I've been asking you this for about 2 years. Have you watched Jim and Andy on Netflix yet?
No, because you told me it was really depressing.
It's depressing to a degree.
I don't like depressing shit. I really don't.
It's depressing like that Futurama show is depressing. Episode is depressing.
I don't
it's
like
that
it.
Level of depressing.
I don't like it.
there's some underlying like hopefulness about it
Yeah.
through another question that we got was, if you're watching the video podcast, I'd love to know what the boxing print behind John's head is. I
Oh,
don't think there is.
let me move my head. It's not a boxing print. It's actually it's a target practice poster for an MTA police officer in Manhattan. I was in some antique store like way upstate New York, and we were looking around, and it was the same place where I actually got my Cobra, my 150-year-old Cobra in a jar. They just had like this like MTA. So MTA is like the subway, and like subways and buses and shit like that in New York. And it's old. It's from like the 50s or the 60s, and it's what the cops who used to work in the subways and shit used to use as target practice. And it's just like cool looking, Yeah. But it's like also kind of menacing, like when I do video calls, and I'm just like sitting there. And I'm just like this. And it's just like a guy over me with a gun pointing at whoever I'm talking at.
Dude, isn't that funny that that's the bad guy?
Yeah.
He's like wearing a collared shirt.
I know, look at him.
Slacks.
He
his
is the
hair's
bad
slicked
guy. Look at
back.
that piece of shit.
Yeah. That guy's not going to shoot you. He's going to
steal your
Ponzi
money.
scheme you.
Yeah.
Going to get you involved in a multi-tiered marketing scheme.
No, but that guy's like an old-fashioned criminal, He's like, man, see? I'm going to take everything you own, see? He's like that kind
Give
of
me
guy.
the jewels.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about, I don't know if this is even, we were talking about Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
The wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
I guess that's called a talking box?
A talk box. Yeah, right.
Talk
when he
box.
puts like
Did you know
he puts like the tube in his mouth and then uses kind of like a wah-wah pedal almost on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Don't you
weird.
love that?
It's pretty sick.
That was pre-Kanye.
Yeah. Fucking Kanye, man. Peter Frampton was the original Yeezy.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen like recent Peter Frampton stuff, like 5 years?
No,
Do
I don't
you
even
care
know
about
where you
Peter
would
Frampton?
see that. Is he
Do you
Canadian?
care about? I think he is Canadian.
No, I think he's British.
Yeah, he is.
Just like Hugh Jackman.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
Pretty much anyone who's not American will claim as Canadian.
Sure.
Yeah, he I love Peter Frampton. Dude,
Don't really care one way or the other.
Dude, I love Peter.
You're putting on Peter Frampton albums, like just like in your free time,
I'm putting on a few songs. Not really albums.
but you're going out of your way to listen to Peter Frampton.
Yeah, I learned Blackbird on the guitar like a long time ago.
That's cool.
And then I learned Peter Frampton's song, which I'm blanking on now, but it is literally the exact same chords and like almost the exact same like chord progression. It's real, and he like says he heard Blackbird and wanted to play a song exactly like that. But
Okay.
they sound very different, unless you would know that. You don't care, eh?
I just don't give a shit about what you're saying right now.
Dude, it's like whenever you start talking about sports logos and shit. I appreciate sports logos, but then you'll talk about like players, and I'm
You
like,
just like zone out. You're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
if you
like,
were a dog saying this, I might be more interested.
The meaning of life is Peter Frampton. Oh, this is good. What is the best constructive criticism?
Whoa! Wait a second. Those were catch-ups. What is this?
Oh, this is the hot minute.
Okay, now you can go.
What is the best constructive criticism that you've ever received?
The best constructive criticism I've ever received in my entire life is when my father told me to never bullshit him. Because like when you're a teenager and you just like make shit up because you're just like, don't want to get in trouble or whatever. And my father told me, he's like, don't bullshit me, and I feel like that was a piece of advice that I'd lived my life on at this point. Like, I won't bullshit anybody at this. Like, you're gonna get the truth out of me, whether you want it or not.
You don't like bullshitting for bullshitting's sake? Is that? I guess that's not what you mean. You
No,
mean
no, no. Like for
don't
like,
bullshit.
not like like to because you think that you're gonna get in trouble with someone or that you're gonna. I don't know, like just like making shit up for no reason and like it's demeaning to the other person. Like if you're just like making shit up. People who like exaggerate in like
Mhm.
it could be in any kind of way, really. Like if you're
Like a one-upper.
postulating, one-upping, any
Yeah.
of these things, like just don't be don't be a fucking bullshitter. I mean, it goes back to that conversation we were having with like the egomaniac designers and shit like that. They're all bullshitters. Like
Yeah.
like you just want to be like fuck you,
Yeah, you mean the serious bullshitting.
Yeah, like just don't be like a if you're gonna lie about something, you gotta lie about something that's seriously like protecting your ass or somebody else's ass. If you're just lying about like stupid stuff, like just like don't bullshit me. Just tell me the truth. Like
Because I was gonna say, I'm notorious for people will ask me to, hey, are you gonna come to the Christmas party?
yeah.
And because I don't feel like having that conversation, and people will want you, they'll always tell you, be true, just tell me no if you're not going to come. But it's like,
right.
I've done that too many times where I've been truthful,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to have that conversation.
Come
right then
on,
where
why
they're
aren't you
like,
coming? Come on, just go.
Yeah,
just come for a little bit. It'll be fine, and it's fine.
yeah. So I just say, yeah, I'll try to make it. I'll make it.
Well,
and then
that's
I just don't show up.
I think that falls underneath the I'm saving my ass because it will actually be a night of torture for you.
Yeah, I'm never going.
It's it's more of like the irresponsible side of things. If you're like bullshitting, well, or like someone who's just like exaggerating their importance too, like that type of thing. When someone's like, well, I used to do this and I used to do that, and you just like sit there and you roll your eyes and you're like, okay, all right.
Aren't you doing it?
Yeah, right. That was the best. That was one of the best things. One of the best things I've ever been told in my life. And it's so simple. Was what makes it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you define bullshit, because I like bullshitting.
Well, if you in context, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna try to pull the wool over your eyes. I'm not trying to snake you out of something. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. This fucking guy, he's standing up in the middle of the podcast. It's so distracting.
My computer in. I just gotta plug my computer in. I know whenever I like look down at my cats or anything, I'm like, oh fuck, man, John's gonna call me out on this.
Yeah, that's right. Call you out on every fucking thing you do.
Yeah.
I'm the Michael Jordan of podcasting. Fucking put you in your place.
You know what's funny is people probably think that you call me out really hard all the time, but then like my family and stuff, if they listen to this podcast, I'm kind of like that dick, like where I don't know, I just can't keep my mouth shut. Like if somebody's, you know what I mean, like for no reason, I'll just talk shit kind of, and you do that to me,
yeah.
And they're probably like, he deserves it.
You get a taste of your own medicine.
Yeah.
Yo, sure. If Brent's family has anything that they need to tell Brent, please write in. I will tell him whatever you need to say to him. Fucking tear you to shreds.
Yeah. Vice versa though with John's family.
What
you
was
guys can just meet privately.
It's not gonna happen. Everybody loves me. Nice try. So what was your best constructive criticism? It's probably like everything I tell you on a daily basis.
I'll say that I think it was last episode or the episode before that when we were just talking, and I said just like direct the question more at me, like what do I need to work on? And that was the best piece of criticism that you've ever given me, which was like learning to focus and know when you found a solution to a design problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I do have that problem where it's like I can come up with ideas and things like that, but how do you know it's the one, and when do you proceed
right
with the direction or whatever?
Right.
And I guess that's more that's good criticism to like my career currently, I guess, that I found actually like extremely helpful. It's weird how like that's your problem, but until somebody says it, you're like, you don't know that that's what you should be focusing on.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And now
Some stuff
Yeah.
like you just need to hear.
Yeah. It's weird though, because I think most things that you like, you hear and you go, ah, fuck yeah, that is me. Like you kind of already knew it, but it's like once somebody says it, you're like, it just becomes clear.
Right.
I guess. Where you're
Right.
like, yeah, definitely.
Right.
So
Right. All right.
that
Well,
was
that's
some good
good. There you
criticism.
go. That's like a serious answer.
yeah. Oh, do you want a bullshit one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Top 80s movie. You got a top 80s movie?
See, okay, so here's the thing, right? That's a loaded question because you could do. There's a lot of really great movies that came out in the 80s that wouldn't necessarily be called an 80s movie. Quote.
Oh,
You know what
you're
I'm
talking
saying? Like Ghostbusters is one of my favorite movies of all time, but I wouldn't call that like an 80s movie. Like I would call like Teen Wolf an 80s movie. You know what I'm saying?
So would you call Stranger Things an 80s TV series?
Yes, definitely, because it's like ripped out of like 80s nostalgia.
Yeah.
You know,
Which I kind of hate that that's become the thing.
I think we're past 80s nostalgia though. I think we're up to like 90s nostalgia and fucking 2000 nostalgia.
Yo, you're actually right. Yeah.
That's where we're at now, 90s. Man.
Because if you think about like what came out after Stranger Things, there was a lot of 90s stuff.
Yeah.
And then, do you ever watch that 70s show?
That 70s show, yeah. I used to watch it when it. Yeah, dude, that was the thing. Like when I was in high school and like middle school and shit, it was like 70s stuff was popular. You know, like the big bell bottoms, the wide Janko pants, like all like this, you know, the different necklaces and shit like that. Like stuff that my mom would always be like, "Oh, we used to wear that." You know, because it was only 20 years prior to that.
Don't you love though, like too, how everyone like things come back into style or whatever, but people are like, I did that way before.
Yeah,
and they did.
Yeah,
but it's funny how that current generation that is now doing it is like, no, you didn't,
dude.
Like, not like this, you didn't.
It's really funny because like we're at 2021 and 20 years ago was the year 2000. I was in college and I had like, you know, like I did do that. I wore those styles. I did that shit. I hung out with people that dressed like that and listened to that and did, you know, so it's like now I am that. And I'm looking at the kids who are like dressing and shit like that now. And that was like the worst time for style too. So it was really funny to see like people pulling an aesthetic out of that because it was almost like aesthetic-less almost.
Dude, I hate the current things that are
it's kind of rough
are in right now.
Yeah, it's kind of
like just wearing like 2 different patterns or 3 or 4 different patterns and bright neon shit and hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. The big chunky like weird like sneakers and shit like that I could do without.
Yeah. And I mean now like baggy jeans are back in.
Oh god, I hate baggy jeans. I hated them then. I hate them now.
Dude, you know what makes me the angriest person in the world is when I see somebody with like paint splattered clothing. It fucking pisses me off. You're okay with that?
I don't hate that.
I hate it. Ripped clothes also kind of makes
ripped
me
clothes. The ones where the rips are so insane that it's basically just like a sheet of denim hanging off your waistband.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I hate. Dude, in Manhattan a few years ago, that was such a big thing that you would walk by and the rips were basically from like literally like the waist all the way down to the ankle. And you would just see everyone's like entire leg. And it was just like, I was just like, why? Just, it must be so uncomfortable to walk around like that.
No, that's the thing is it definitely is, right? All of those things. Like, did you ever crisscross your pants backwards?
Oh, in like 5th grade. Hell yeah.
Crisscross out. You wore your pants backwards?
I tried to. It didn't work well.
Yeah. Like, it's like that.
It was like a real problem when I had to pee for the first time.
Yeah. That's the thing though, is like I can understand like kids doing that.
Yeah.
And being like okay with it. But I mean, I'm seeing like if you're out of high school and you are participating in that, I know we're not supposed to judge people or like what they want to do or whatever, but just know I'm judging you from a distance.
You're being judged from north of the border.
Yeah.
Home of 9 celebrities.
I see it and I'm not okay with it.
He's not happy with it. The Albertan celebrity is not happy with what you're doing right now.
I'm like I'm like some crazy old man watering my lawn, just staring at the kids across the street, being like, "Goddamn kids."
Yeah, it's I don't know when that transition happened for me, but I'm like full blown like goddamn kids right now.
Yeah.
It's depressing, but at the same time, like I get it now. Like if some kid's fucking ball was on my lawn, I am keeping that ball. That's mine now. Now it's mine. I will add it to my ball collection, and I will appreciate it and treat it with respect.
I think the kids appreciate that
You
in a
think so?
weird way. Yeah, it's fun to have like growing up. It was fun to have those neighbors that like you had to be sneaky around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. It was. Especially like if they would like put it somewhere and then you'd have to come up with a reconnaissance mission to like figure out how to get your ball back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I appreciate kids more than I appreciate adults. Or if I see a kid doing something kind of annoying, like in a grocery store or something, it's weird to like look and know that it's the parent. It's the parent's problem.
Whenever you're in a grocery store and a kid is doing something annoying, how badly do you just want to like ram your cart into them?
Yeah, really bad.
It's like,
you know what? Apparently now, for a bit
legal?
there, people stay away from each other in grocery stores.
Yeah.
And it's particularly old men now when I'm in grocery stores, get up in my fucking space and like reach and grab produce and stuff like that. Dude, I get so angry now. Oh man, I don't even care about getting COVID. I appreciated people staying away.
Yeah.
And now they don't.
There was a time a few years back when my oldest daughter was like 2, I think she was, and I was going to the supermarket with her on like a Wednesday, and Wednesday is like senior day or some shit like that. So there was an old lady trying to get a cart out from the other carts. You know how they like go, like, you know, or like locked together.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, hold on a second, I'll help you." So I put my daughter down. And she was standing right there, and I pulled the cart out and I gave it to her, and the lady didn't say thank you, and then pushed the cart forward and hit my daughter in the head with it, and then said, "You ought to watch where that kid stands," and yelled at me for where my daughter was standing.
Yo, I would have took her car. You told me this.
I
you
did
told
tell
us
you
on
this,
the
right?
podcast.
I did tell it on the dude. I will never forget this, and I hope that lady is dead, and I hope that no one cared that she died.
Dude, you wish that.
Did I?
Yeah.
I really hope she's dead. I really do.
Yeah. She probably is, right?
I'm sure she's dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god, oh god, every time I think about that, I get so mad.
Knock on wood. I'm really glad that I'm at that point in my life where like when an old man at the grocery store does that, I can be like, whatever. This guy's gonna be gone soon.
Don't you want to just like smack him though? Don't you want to just smack an old man?
Yeah, because it's like I get respect your elders, but it's more like respect the knowledge. Do you know what I mean? You reaching for produce proves to me that you don't have any.
I feel like the respect your elders thing kind of went out the window years ago. Like I feel like that was a thing when people had like certain dignities about them, you know? And I just feel like over the course of like the last 20 years or so, as the culture has changed, old people give less of a shit about what they do. And they do it in such an obnoxious way that it's almost just like, well, I'm not going to respect you. You're an old piece of shit.
But it was almost like they like before it's like demanded. It was not demanded respect. It's like you respected the person for like who they were and how they held themselves.
Right.
And it's like if you're in a grocery store or you're banging your cart into
babies.
You know what I mean? People's heads and things like that. It's like, at what point am I supposed to respect that because you were born before me?
Right.
Like,
right.
This makes no sense.
It's almost just like, okay, I'm supposed to respect this person, but like, what if this person was like, well, when I was 18, I was a drunk driver and I broke my neighbor's leg, and then when I was 25, I got fired from several jobs for, you know, like lighting people's trash cans on fire. And then when I was 42, my husband divorced me because I shit on his side of the bed. And when I was, you know, like, what, do you need to know a person's whole life story, or can someone just like be respectful towards you and then you can respect them? Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean is I always come into like any interaction with us. It's not even respect. It's just, I guess that's called respect. You just kind of respect the person until proven otherwise.
Yeah, right. But at this point, like, it's like old people, for the most part, I mean, they just do whatever the hell they want anyway, and they don't give a shit. You know, like when you're, and here's the thing too, like when I'm old, am I going to think that the whole world owes me and I'm just going to do whatever I want? Yeah, I am. And so are you, and so is everybody else. So like, I get that at the same time, as long as it doesn't cross my path in like a bad way.
I don't think you're going to think that the world owes you, because I think
I am. You kidding me?
No,
I think the world owes me now.
No. That's the thing, is you've built your whole career on like not being owed anything.
No, I know. I know. But like when you get older and you get to a certain point and you're just like, I've put so much into this world as a functioning member of society. Like I feel like I want to be able to like relax and like go with the flow. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to deal with the daily nuances that kind of drive you nuts, that like everybody goes through on a daily. Like once you're like, I'm done, like I just want to like coast the rest of the way. So like I get that. You know what I'm saying?
But I think that you're doing something in which like you'll be respected within design. You'll be respected. So the areas in life in which you care about those things, you're going to be respected because of what you've done. Or
let's hope so.
Yeah. And I will be remembered as BTI.
Yeah. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good little footnote.
Yeah, people. What's up, big dog?
What if there's like a graphic design Bible that comes out in like the year 2150?
Yeah.
And there's all, talking about, Paul Rand, Paul Lasher, Milton Glaser, John Contino, all the important designers in the world. Today. And then on the very last page at the end, it just says BTI. Are you cool with that?
John Contino. It just says BTI. That's
sentenced to death in 2024.
Sacrifice when John Contino was killed. Yeah, I don't really care about legacy or any of that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you why, because it's all just going to be lost in
when like the Earth is destroyed.
Yeah, let's face it. This is
planet's not long for is that what you're saying?
Yeah, all of this is just what's that word? Like ephemeral, right? It's all just going to be gone. So
sure, yeah, why not?
So you care about legacy, though?
Yeah,
to a degree.
Yeah, because I know that my memory is going to outlive this planet. It's going to get beamed out into space, and there's going to be little alien children like trying to emulate me with like trying to like fake like a Yankees hat and stuff, in the fucking year 50,000.
This is what I was thinking about.
Forming like noses out of like their weird like face putty.
This is what I was thinking about.
It'll be all right.
Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
They have designers.
Yeah, of course they do. They have like great designers. Look at the shit that they make.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
All those cool symbols that they put into like ripped apart cows.
Do you think they have like room for like graphic design?
There's got to be alien graphic designers. There's alien engineers.
Yeah, but have they just evolved past caring about like those kinds of things, and they just make things aesthetic? Yeah.
No,
yeah,
dude,
they only care about functionality, which is the root of design, I guess.
Flying saucers and shit are so cool looking.
But is it just functional? Is it not that they never cared about the way it looked? That is the functional way that it has to be.
No, because even if it is functional, like whenever you see an alien, and I'm speaking from experience, like when you walk in and it's just like the doors like like the doors open, like the light, everything's like underlit. Things are like levitating. There's like a lot of negative space. It's like minimal. Like this is like some serious design.
Like you walk into a little 3-foot spaceship and you walk inside and it's like a basketball court.
Yeah.
How did you fit this thing in this?
It's fucking design, man. It's just, you could do that in your apartment. I've seen that on Apartment Therapy. Look how you turned this 200 square foot apartment into this fucking mansion with a tennis court. You
got a pool.
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
Ah,
So you think
followed
that
me
they
to
got?
the billiards wing. It's just like the
Oh
guy
man.
across the street, like across the hallway from you. It's just like, yo, I can't even fit a bed and a couch in my apartment.
How'd you do this? I've been talking to the aliens.
It's
They showed
design,
me a
bro.
few things.
It's design.
So do you think that's kind of topical with everything that's been coming out? Do you think we've had contact with aliens?
Well, there is a place north of Manhattan called Pine Bush. It's a town in Hudson Valley, and it is supposedly the most visited place on the East Coast of UFOs.
Whoa.
And they even have like UFO events every year. And I've been to alien parades in this place because we had to go see it. And they like literally drive down the main street with like flying saucers and aliens sticking out of them and just like green smoke flying everywhere. It's pretty sick.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I mean, aliens certainly exist, whether they've been here or not. I don't know. I still don't have an opinion. I've watched so many documentaries, spoofs, mockumentaries, conspiracy shows, whatever. I'm still not convinced one way or the other.
Do you know what I love? Is when you ask somebody that question and they start telling you absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they start off with absolutely, and then you're like, oh, I'm in for a treat
100%.
here. Yeah, 100%. Are you kidding? And then you just know you're in for like a good story. You're in for it.
What's the scariest alien thing you've ever seen?
This is funny. One time I was walking to school in Vancouver, and I'd walk like I guess it was like a mile and a half walk, and it was through. I'm just gonna call it a forested area. It's just a heavy treed-in bike path, essentially, for like a mile and a half.
Yep.
And I was walking there late at night because I had to print off some projects and things like that. And in the sky, when I looked up, was 3 red lights in like a triangle formation, just hovering above me. Dude, I swear to God, it was going so slow. It was going so slow. And you know where you kind of get that inner like, what the fuck? Like, because it's pitch black out.
Sure.
There's not even street lights on this bike path. And I'm like, these red lights look like they're just hovering above me as they're slowly going across. It was an airplane. But I swear this thing looked like it was going way too slow to be an airplane. But because I was kind of panicking, so I kept like, don't look at it, don't look at it. And then I'd look at it and I'd be like, swear to God, it wasn't moving, but it was moving, and it was just an airplane.
I'll give it to you. It counts. It counts.
What about you?
Well, I was talking more about like movies and shit, not like real life, but that's fine.
Well, I was visited.
Well, that's great. I
By
wasn't.
about 200 people coming from Seattle to Vancouver.
I was visited by 200 people and 500 bags of peanuts.
Oh,
there's a movie called Fire in the Sky. Did you ever see that?
Oh yeah. Is that the guy? Go ahead, explain it.
He gets abducted, and there's a scene where they drag him into this kind of like experimental area. They tie him down and they open his mouth and force this like goo in his mouth, and it's like it's such a disturbing scene. And I saw it when it when it came out on VHS, whenever that was, I don't know, like 1983 or some shit. And it was it terrified me. It was like a problem, like, because it's on YouTube. You should check it out. Like, it is the
what
you're
describing to me, I think I've seen, and dude, that's been
I
like
might have shown
nightmare.
it to you.
Yeah, but this was like before I used to have nightmares of like green goo being like.
It's nightmare fuel, 100%.
Yo, that guy is. I think that guy was just on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Was he?
Yeah, but were they like they were cutting down trees and stuff like that, right? In the forest, I believe.
I don't remember. Honestly, the only thing I remember of that whole movie is just the abduction scene. I don't even remember what the movie's about. It's just that one scene like stuck in my head so hard that it like made me forget the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I think his name's Ted or something like that. Ted
Yeah,
something,
shit,
and
fucking Teddy Walnuts.
Ted Greengoop. Teddy
Yeah.
Greengoop.
Teddy Green.
Say something for the rest of us, Ted.
Ted.
They're all just standing there waiting.
Don't be such a hog.
Come on, Hog's the best. The best.
It's a hog. We wanted treats.
Yeah, that guy. I'm pretty sure if that's the same guy. Fire in the Sky sounds familiar.
Yeah,
insane,
pretty sick.
Insane person.
Yeah.
Definitely did not happen.
Probably not. He's probably high.
Yeah. What do you think about a lot of those abductions being like just like CIA operations and things like that?
Ooh, I'm into that. CIA,
Yeah,
can't
like
trust
that.
him.
This is the one conspiracy theory where like it's
CIA
fun to
is
talk
watching us
about.
right now on YouTube.
They brought up UFOs. And Teddy
Like and
Green Goose.
subscribe. Like and subscribe, CIA. Like and subscribe.
It's the one conspiracy theory where a lot like most of those conspiracy theorists are going to be right in some form or another, and maybe one day like validated, and they're going to be like, see, told you all along.
Told you.
It's going to be like one of those bad Alex Jones situations where it's
Oh,
like
God.
he gets like 5 things right and 1,000 things wrong,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because he
yeah.
got the 5 things right,
What'd
he
I
gets,
tell you?
like,
Ah!
yeah. That's what all of those people are going to experience.
That's
when
pretty sick.
They announce
Yeah, that day will come for them, and it'll be great. And they'll be like,
for them.
for the rest of their lives, they'll be like, remember when I predicted the future?
All these scientists went to Harvard, but I'm the one that said, I know I seen something in the sky. Yeah, I'm okay. I hope there's aliens.
Yeah,
I do.
I
hope.
mean, there's definitely aliens. It's like, how is there not aliens? It would be
I just
more.
hope
It
we
would
can
be.
visit it.
It would be scarier if there wasn't aliens. If we're in this kind of like vast universe and that's it, in all the millions of light years, and only we exist, that's much scarier.
Yeah.
That's like living in the woods in a house and there's no neighbors. You know what I mean? And there's nobody there. That's what that is. If there's no aliens, we are living in a cabin in the woods with no one else around us.
Which some people like that idea, I guess.
Yeah, like you.
I don't like that idea.
You fucking tried to buy a cabin where, what was it? The cabin was 40 minutes off the dirt road.
It was 4 hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's much worse. 4
You know
hours off of the dirt road is where this one cabin was that you were showing me.
But you know what? I like the idea of being in a remote place, but knowing that there's life. Like that I can get to a city or something like
Well,
that.
4 hours off of the main road in the woods is not anywhere near anything. Like, 4 hours
There's like
is
a little
4 hours is like my house to like Washington D.C. So in order to get from the supermarket to your cabin, you got to drive back and forth to D.C. over and over again.
Yeah, but the idea, I guess, is that it's like the idea is this that you
Fuck, I forgot the eggs.
Dude, I'm gonna have chickens if I get a cabin like that. I'm gonna have chickens. I'm gonna have pigs, cows.
Oh no, nope, no thanks.
No, the idea I think would be that like you're remote, but that's the idea is if you are remote and you're the only thing,
Yeah,
you're not really remote anymore. You're just the only thing.
yeah, but that still sucks.
No, but the dream is to be remote.
I mean, I'm remote right now.
You know what I mean, though?
I dialed into this podcast.
So maybe I don't want to ever be visited, but I like the idea of things being out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather live in a place where like our fucking Milky Way was filled with beings. I wish that instead. Forget about the universe. I just want the solar system to I want neighbors on Jupiter, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want the Saturns, the Saturnites, the Jupiterians.
What's the chance we can't get along, though?
High. Very high.
Dude, tell me if you like this premise. I was thinking about this the other day. Is like we're so simple. We're like so simple minded that it's like you go to the eye doctor and they'll be like 1 or 2. They're showing you options and they say
Mhm.
1 or 2, 1 or 2 or 3. And when they say or 3, you go, what the fuck are you talking about? How am I supposed to pay attention to all these things? 1 or 2.
You expect me to fucking add another one to this option? No, thanks.
Yeah, like how many people ran for president in 2021? Like legitimately ran for president.
I don't know. It's good. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know.
More than 3.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
More than 2?
I mean, like, well, there. At what point, like, that are on the ballot?
Yeah.
Like
on the
4.
ballot. Okay.
But
it's
like people through the course of 2020, there's probably so many who were just trying to be president until they got whittled down.
Yeah, but it's like how many people can name more than 4? How many people
Probably
can
a
name
lot.
4?
Probably.
I don't think so. I think most people can name Trump or Biden. You know what I mean?
But that was like such a big thing, like fucking Bernie Sanders and this and that, and like Amy Klobuchar and
Bernie who?
the guy with the mittens.
Oh,
The guy with the mittens from the memes.
Wait, a meme can run for president?
A meme can, yeah.
Oh yeah,
A meme can. I think
a meme was president.
Dude, all we have is memes for like politicians now. That's it. We just only have memes now. The country is run by memes.
Oh. Dude, that's the depressing thing though, is I guess it's just like split down the middle, 2 different ideas.
2 different memes.
Yeah, 2 different memes.
Do you like the good meme or the bad meme?
Yeah.
Meme number 1, meme number 2, meme number 1, meme number 3, and you're like, fuck.
Who? What do you mean? Who? That's exactly what it is though, right? Is like if you give people more than 2 options, it's like, can you imagine a world where it wasn't just conservative or liberal?
Oh, could you imagine a world where like people tried to actually be good people?
Yeah, and every issue wasn't just instantly decided by one side.
Oh God. Let me tell you something. I need a break from the world of politics.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. It just it's so much like fatigue. So much fatigue. It's just like getting like hammered into your skull constantly, 25 hours out of the day, like getting news alerts on my phone at like 4 a.m. that some crazy shit happened. Like I need a break, man.
You know what? I decided the other day. I decided this a long time ago, and I haven't stuck to it as I just brought up politics. But I literally refuse to care about politics. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I don't care if everything goes to shit. I don't care about politics.
I mean, you've been waiting for the world to self-destruct for a while, so I mean,
yeah, and it's on its way, and I'm just gonna sit back and wait.
You should have got like a cabinet position in Trump's during Trump's presidency. You could just like walk in there and just like nudge him and be like, hey, see that button on the desk? You should press that button. See what happens.
It's great. What does that button do? He's like, oh, we can't press that button.
Or just use like reverse psychology on him. Just be like, hey,
told you
Obama said you can't press that button. He said you can't do it.
Dude, you know what's crazy is you've been president for 4 years, and when Obama was here, he was hitting that thing every 15 minutes, man. He'd walk in and slap that thing.
He would just
hit it
like
once?
He would have like a basketball, and then he would like shoot it across the room, and it would just land right on that button. Every
You're
time,
telling me
always hit it.
You've never even hit it once? Dude, no wonder you're not going to be president again. Dude, that's crazy. Good thing you kept that thing clean for Biden, because Biden's going to hit that thing every day.
You know that guy Trudeau up in Canada? That guy's got a button. Presses it every day.
Obama had him here. He was hitting that button. That's bad though. That like that is the truth. Is like you could probably convince somebody to do some bad shit just based on ego.
Oh yeah, it's all ego. Don't you love ego?
I'd hit the button. I'd hit it.
I'm hitting buttons right now, dude.
Just waiting for shit to go back.
Dude, I'm always hitting. Watch this. Ready? I'm gonna hit a button. I got buttons. I got buttons all day. That's right.
You know, that's yeah. It's too bad that we're so simple. That's
Button.
just A or B.
See?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I know.
That's some. Are we about to do like a meditation.
Yeah,
session?
I was about to meditate onto how I was going to press the next button. The self-confidence button. That's the self-confidence button.
You should have hit that right on the dog story. For
No,
sure.
I was too busy crying my eyes out.
Yeah, dude, that was so. You ready for snail mail?
Yeah.
I got two options here. If you could see,
We can do them both.
You want to do them both?
Yeah, do them both. Why not?
Okay. You want me to go A or
we're
B?
back. We're back in a bad way. We're fucking throwing all sorts of content at people. Talking dogs, alien stories, 2 separate snail mails.
Yeah, A or B. To start.
A or B.
One
Well,
or
as long
two.
as you don't throw a third option at me, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A or B?
I don't
One
know.
or two.
A. How about start with A and then we'll do B?
All right. If you want to go alphabetical. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, I love that. I wish it was an actual caller. How do we make that happen?
Yeah, we need a call, a
Yeah.
number, and we could play people's live questions. We've talked about this before, I think.
Oh, yeah, we did. We didn't follow
We
through.
were
All right,
going to set this up.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure? Turn on private listening on Spotify Music. Amy Hood.
Oh, Amy Hood of the Hood Sisters.
Yes.
They're going to, how about that? Here's a little announcement. We're going to have them on as our next guests, the Hood Sisters. So if you like their work, or if you hate them, because they're better than you, then you're going to love to listen to this episode. And you're either going to really enjoy it, or you're going to talk shit to your friends afterwards, because that's what everyone does. No,
Yeah.
you don't do that?
Talk shit to I don't have friends.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You don't have friends. I'm not your friend. But don't you
Yeah,
love
you're
that? It's like the people. There's like the sect of people in the design industry specifically, where it's just like they're your top tier designers, and everyone has like their fans, and then they're kind of like little like hate brigade that follows them around still.
Oh, dude, I'm a hate brigade for some
Yeah,
people.
you are.
Dude, and you know what? I say that I do the work of like 10 people. For sure.
That was like, it reminds me of the time that I fucking posted something like maybe during the protest or something, and some guy said he was going to burn my book. You remember that?
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, to this day, I still think about that comment because he called you a Nazi, I believe.
And then threatened to burn my book.
Yeah. And then said that he's going to burn your book, which was the funniest.
He was like, John,
Dude.
You're a Nazi. I'm going to put on this red armband and shave my mustache into this little patch and then burn your book.
So amazing. Because, oh my God, dude, that was the best comment I think I've ever read. You know what? We should pull that
pretty
comment up.
Yeah, that was
for
pretty
next
fun.
episode.
I think it might be
Sure.
gone. I don't know. Maybe it's still there. Anyway, the Hood Sisters are going to be on. They're cool. So what
Guilty
was
pleasure.
it? Guilty pleasure. I don't have guilty pleasure music.
None?
No. 0. I've learned that if you enjoy music, you enjoy it, and you got to be proud of it. That's it. There's no guilty pleasure. That's it. It's good, or you like listening to it, or you don't like listening to it.
Yeah, but you know that there's some music that you listen to that people would be like, oh my God.
0. Goose egg. None.
No, you definitely listen to some stuff that people would be like, oh my goodness, why do you listen to that?
I don't turn on private. Yeah, I'll tell you. Here, listen. Here's a couple that people would probably laugh at me for listening to. Phil Collins' Greatest Hits.
No,
Love it.
dude, great.
Okay, see, there you go. 311's Greatest Hits.
No.
I'll tell you, that hits the spot every time I put it on. It always feels like I'm in my car with the windows down driving to the beach when I put on 311's Greatest Hits.
Yo, I'll admit this right now. I kind of didn't even understand this question to be completely honest. Like I understood it, but I didn't know that there was actually a private listening.
The only time that
Spotify.
private listening ever goes on my Spotify account is when the kids are trying to listen to some shit that I don't want them screwing up my friggin' algorithm on there and start like recommending like Mickey Mouse All-Stars or some shit, you know?
Don't you have the family plan? Spotify family plan?
Yeah. But then it's just, it's like somehow there's always like the Google on the Google Home or whatever that we have in the house is like hooked up to like my Spotify account or some shit. So it's just like my wife will be like cooking dinner or something. She'll be like, "Hey Google, play XYZ," and I'll be like, "Fuck, I hate XYZ." But now Spotify is like making me listen to all this shit, and I'm like, that's the only time I ever use it.
Those for me, it'd be those 2 Taylor Swift albums that just came out.
Oh God. Of course.
Don't God me.
Of course.
You listen to Shania Twain.
Oh my God. I don't listen to Shania Twain. Don't even try it.
That was your Canadian reference. I know you must.
Shania Twain was Canadian?
Yeah.
Or Faith
Wasn't
Hill?
she? Oh.
Alanis Morissette. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh.
Dave Coulier. Now we're going. We're going.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
From where is she from?
Who? Alanis Morissette?
Yeah.
Canada.
Okay, in general. Canada.
I don't fucking know. She was in the TV show You Can't Do That on Television on Nickelodeon. Do you know what that is?
No.
That shit's real old. That's like the OG Nickelodeon show when they would dump slime on your head.
I think they still do that.
Yeah, but that's like where it started.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we both don't have. I don't put it on private though, so.
You're proud of your Taylor Swift listening?
I mean, there's some good songs on those albums.
See? As long as you admit it, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so we're good.
I haven't listened to them in a long time, and it'll be like Aaron will put it on, so then I'll listen and I'll enjoy it a lot.
Okay, what could I possibly listen to that I don't? No, dude, I even like stuff that's like, I can't think of anything.
You got a guilty pleasure movie?
I don't. You know what I really? Yeah, but it's not. I'm not going to shy away from it. You know what? You know what movie like guilty pleasure type movies I really enjoy are those like fucking like Lifetime original movies. The ones where they're just like a woman like owns a cafe in the middle of America somewhere, and she's unlucky in love, and then this handsome guy walks into her bookstore or some shit, and she falls in love with him, but she's guarded. But her best friend says, "Hey, you should go for it." So then she talks to the guy, and they go to get a cup of coffee, and then they start getting together. Oh, but he's got a shady past, and like some shit's going on. I love those movies.
You know what I love about those movies is that after like working all week or something, you can pop one of those movies on, not really pay attention, and they're good feeling movies. Dude, Aaron roasts me for watching those movies.
Dude, I will put those on and I will rip into them for the
dude, I watch
thing.
them and I love them.
So fun. You love them. You just watch them and you just like feel good. You know that meme of like that little Yoda baby where he's like bundled up and has like a little cup of coffee? That's you watching those fucking Lifetime movies.
Dude, I appreciate like a good, like honestly that sounds like a good rom-com.
Yeah. No, I like movies like that. I like because they're like the feel good movies that have like a happy ending.
Yeah.
Like every like Ben Stiller movie from like the late 90s.
Yes. Perfect example.
Or like those like all the Adam Sandler movies where he like falls in love with Drew Barrymore like 6 times.
Yeah, it's just different premises, but it's always him and Drew Barrymore.
It's the same movie, just in a different state.
Yeah. Have you seen Neighborhood Watch?
Is that with Seth Rogen?
No, it's with Ben Stiller.
Oh yes, with the aliens.
Yeah,
dude, we got a lot of common themes going on in this episode.
I was thinking about that because that feels. I mean, it's not exactly a romantic comedy, but it kind of is. And then with the aliens, that movie makes me feel so good.
I thought that movie was kind of a disappointment.
Dude, I own that movie on iTunes.
You own it on iTunes?
And I swear to God, I've rented it 3 times in hotel rooms. I paid for the movie in a hotel room.
Rented it in a Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Here, listen, look, I have a list. Of movies, a playlist on my Plex account of movies that I title rewatches. Movies that I'll watch over and over and over and over and over again. Do you want to hear this list?
Yeah.
There's how many we got in here? Oh, dude, there's almost 50 movies on this list. There's 47 movies.
Is there like a top 5 place?
They're not in order. I'll run through them real quick. The Burbs. You ever see The Burbs?
Yeah. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Amazing.
Okay.
Almost Heroes, starring Chris Farley and fucking Chandler Bing.
These are way
Friends.
too old.
It's good. Matthew Perry. Excellent movie. Back to School, Rodney Dangerfield. Did you ever see
Never
that?
seen it. No.
It's amazing.
These are all way too old.
1986. Back to the Future, of course, Billy Madison. Okay. Beer League with Artie Lang. Did you ever see that movie?
Okay. No. You always tell me to watch that, and I always need to because I do appreciate Artie Lang.
It's such a good movie, especially because like where the movie takes place in like Jersey is also very similar to like where I grew up in Long Island, and like the way that they are and like the neighborhood and everything is like very similar, so it's very relatable. Caddyshack, Coneheads, Clerks 2, not Clerks 1. Clerks 1 is a little bit harder to watch because it's like really raw and the black and white. But Clerks 2 is like very polished and like very easy to watch.
It's funny. I do like his Clerks movies. After that, I kind of fell off. To be
fine. Can't Hardly Wait. Did you ever see Can't Hardly Wait?
Never.
That's fucking my generation right there. It's like a high school graduation movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt and such. Dazed and Confused, Encino Man, which you know about.
Yeah.
Dragnet, Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd, remake of the TV show, fucking awesome. There's a whole group of people called the Pagans, and they wear goat legs, and there's like a goat head, and they like sacrifice like a woman in it, and it's excellent. Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer when he's on a submarine. You ever see that?
Nope.
Top-notch movie. Top-notch. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
No.
Christina,
who's in this?
Christina Applegate, David Duchovny.
Christina Applegate.
You don't know who Christina Applegate is? Yo, there's a part in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead so the whole premise is like there's a bunch of kids. They have their mother is going on a vacation to Australia with her boyfriend. The kids range from the ages of like 5 to 18. Christina Applegate's like 18. She goes to like get like a summer job because the mom like makes him like have a babysitter, this old crazy mean lady, and then she croaks. So instead of like calling anyone about it, they don't want to have the mom come back, so they just like drop the body off somewhere. So then they don't have any money. So Christina Applegate goes to get a job, but she gets like mistaken for being like an executive assistant, and then like everything just like works out for her, right? But in the end, like she's like close to being found out, so she has to have this big party with all like these like professionals coming up, and like the teenage brother, they're setting up like this this like valet service for all these professional people to park their cars, and David Duchovny comes up. And he goes, and the guys are all like metalheads. And he goes, "Yo, Mad Dog." He's like, "You gonna park this thing or what?" And then the guy,
he calls him Mad Dog.
He calls him Mad Dog. And then the kid who's like the metalhead, he goes, "Park it yourself, Metallica breath. I'm on break."
Park it yourself.
He calls him Metallica breath.
So wait, these are all just really, really old movies that you watched when you were younger.
Yeah.
And now they hold up.
And I watched them. Dude, Dirty Work, Evolution, Happy Gilmore, Gremlins 2.
Wait, Dirty Work?
Dirty Work, Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Grandma's Boy. That's kind of newer.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's a fun movie. Let's see. In the Army Now, Pauly Shore.
Yep. Yeah, that was one for me.
That's a good one. Good. Major League 2. The Money Pit, My Blue Heaven, which is Steve Martin playing an Italian gangster, which is like, it shouldn't work, but it does.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. He might be dead too. I'm not sure. Office Space, Once Bitten, starring Jim Carrey as a teenage vampire.
No, never seen it.
No. Okay. PCU, One Crazy Stuff. You know what? These are all very old movies.
I feel like this list is just. I get why you watch it, but
dude. These are all. They're very like chill, lighthearted movies.
No, I.
You know what I mean?
I mean, a handful of those I definitely would watch as well.
I don't have a single movie past the year 2006 or 7 in here.
So you think you're stuck in the?
Yeah, it appears that way.
Yo, looks super bad.
This question, yeah, Superbad is 2007.
This question's asking about music, and we're
no, but like the question early where it was like your favorite 80s movies, I'm just like, here's a list of them.
Before you're like, what classifies an 80s movie? Everything that is on my rewatch
Pretty
list.
much everything I watch. And I really love 80s horror movies too. Dude, real quick, here it is. Ready? There's those are the comedy rewatches. I also have horror and action rewatches. We're talking Brain Scan, Congo, Jaws. Yeah, Brain Scan.
Brain Scan.
Yo, Brain Scan. They Live, Thinner, The Mummy Returns, The Lawnmower Man. These are all fucking excellent rewatches.
Have you seen, speaking of Clerks and then Clerks 2, have you seen Red State?
Yes.
What'd you think of Red State?
It's okay. It's fine.
Because that's a Kevin Smith, right?
Did you ever see Tusk?
No, I did not.
Dude,
see Tusk.
Oh my God.
Garbage, right?
It's terrifying. Legitimately terrifying.
Like good terrifying?
Justin Long. You familiar with Justin Long?
Yeah.
Might be Canadian. I'm not sure.
Canadian.
He is Canadian. I knew it.
Canadian.
Justin Long is a podcaster. Okay? Starting to hit a little bit home.
Yeah,
He wants to interview some guy, some creepy dude, whatever. Long story
Johnny
short,
Depp.
the guy turns him into a walrus.
It's Johnny Depp, right?
No, Johnny Depp plays the guy who's like trying to find him. Like help his friends find him or some shit.
I don't think I'll ever watch. You think it's good? Because I've heard nothing but horrible things about it.
No, it's pretty intense. It's honestly pretty intense. It's not like a great movie, but like the way that the movie ends, you definitely get like a visceral reaction out of it.
It's funny because I usually agree with you.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I think you watch movies for different reasons than I do.
What's your reasoning for watching a movie? I like to watch a movie to be entertained. What else is
No, you watch movies to rip on them.
Yeah, well, that's entertaining.
but so you'll deal with like a garbage movie, and if you can rip on it, you're like, that was a fucking good movie.
Like basically like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, yeah,
classic ripper. It's a classic ripper. So good. My favorite part is that Matthew McConaughey with his thick ass Texas accent is like, it's like, I'm from Staten Island.
Have you seen? He just came out with a book.
Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, of course it is.
Garbage.
Of course it's garbage.
But they promoted that like he's been writing it his entire life, like he's always journaled and stuff like that, and it's going to be really great. And I mean, whatever.
Wait, you read it, or you're just saying it's garbage?
No, I read it.
You read it. You read the Matthew McConaughey book.
Yeah, and it is.
God bless.
Yeah, dude. That's something I did not realize either. Yeah, it is. It is. It's high art trash.
I'm sure it is, man. I can't. Yeah. What would he possibly have to say in a book? I don't know. I'm sure it sold a lot though. Got to give him that.
Yeah.
Sold a shit.
I mean, I bought it, right?
Yeah. Wow.
And that's the biggest problem. Is like, I swear, like, that's something that I didn't realize when I was younger, which was like all these actors and people you kind of like, oh, they must be cool.
Yeah.
Most of them aren't.
No. That's why they become actors, because they're like, maybe this will make me cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
my fucking cats right now are just nonstop. I'm gonna have to put them down.
Push the You got to put them in a box and then tell them if they start to be quiet, you'll poke a hole in it. And then if they don't be quiet, you'll put a piece of tape over the hole.
And they will become quiet. That'll help.
One way or another, they'll quiet down. Oh man.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is most of those actors that write books and stuff like that, you read those books and you're just like, Such trash. I hate saying that because like anybody that wants to, I mean, most of them aren't even writing those books anyways.
No, there's always like a ghostwriter or some shit.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being a ghostwriter for like a fucking vapid celebrity that needs to write a book about themselves?
Dude, that must be the worst job. That must be the worst comms job ever.
Dude, let me tell you something. I have worked for celebrities in the past, and I have had to talk to some of them on like video calls, telephone, or whatever. Some of them are so whiny about shit where it's just like, yo, you realize like other people have it worse than you.
Yeah.
Like I won't name names, but there's definitely been experiences with celebrities where I'm just like, no wonder why everybody hates you. You know, like you're a piece of shit.
That's the thing. I'm like, obviously not all of them are like that, but it's like that was really became vivid this year, like with that with those celebrities putting out like the Imagine videos and things like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
I get the intention of it, but it's just like very short-sighted. You know,
it is the shittiest PR move I've ever seen.
Like, when we do design work and we do branding stuff, one of the main things that we like to factor into the process is how will trolls on the internet react to this, and what will they use as ammo to tear this down. So like if we think we've figured out a way to make it kind of like troll proof, we feel good about releasing it out into the public. And that's what celebrities should do about the things that they do, you know?
Dude, but how do those things get made? Like,
how
is there no foresight in people being like, hey, you probably shouldn't make this issue about you?
A lot of ass kisses. A lot of ass kisses.
You're not the spokesperson for this.
No, because you always have like one celebrity who's like, hey, you know what's a cool idea? We should do this. And then someone's right there going, yeah, that is a great idea. You should do it. That would be totally cool. And then they fucking do it, and everyone in the world rips you to shreds. And they're like, I didn't see this coming. I thought this was going to be a really great idea, and everyone was going to love me for it.
Hopefully, I think that's probably the nice thing about our industry is it does feel like, I mean, I feel like we all can rip each other down, and that's accepted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you want somebody you truly want criticism. Like, is this shit?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the whole point. Like, yeah, like, I mean, at least constructive criticism, not like you're shit and you should kill yourself. Like that's internet criticism that could go away, you know? Yeah. Like for some reason that's been, you like that. You're all about that. That's because that's your generation's way of insulting people. You're not creative. You just go, you should kill yourself. That's not
I am creative, right?
No, that's no, you're not. You're not creative.
No, I've never told somebody to kill themselves.
I hope not. That's the fucking laziest way to do it. It's I hate when people do that.
Come with long game,
which
I wouldn't be telling somebody to kill themselves. That's the short game.
Yeah, that's too quick. No, you go for the lengthy psychological torture.
Yeah, dude, I'm like salt. Eventually, I'm gonna get a heart attack.
Like salt on a slug.
Yeah, just single grain at a time.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, people like younger kids need to get better with their cyberbullying. It's just too it's too one-dimensional. They need to play the long game like you.
Yeah, well, I think also like I think we come before, like I still experienced like life before the internet to a degree where it was like you don't say something unless I still treat like the things that I say to people online like, will I say this to their face?
Right.
And most of the time, you're not going to say those kinds of things to somebody's face. So
yeah, you know, it's so funny when my grandfather had the internet really early because he used to work for like AT&T and Verizon, and before that it was like Bell Laboratories, like in the 60s, and he worked on developing Unix, you know, which you know they used to create like Mac OS and shit like that or whatever. So he always had like a ton of technology, taught me a lot about, you know, electricity, and, you know, also look at this fucking cat interrupting our podcast. Cat.
Yeah, I know.
Put an end to this cat. All right, Brent is killing his cat right now. I'm witnessing it. Not as terrifying as I thought it would be. And the cat's dead. There you go. Well, that's what you get. That's what you get. We all knew this day would come. I think I'm not sure if this is his first animal kill or not.
Yeah. Dude, oh, you know what's so frustrating
What's
about is that they only come around because they know I'm like not paying attention to them.
Oh,
They're like, yo,
God.
you want to pay attention?
I was in the middle of telling a story too. Fuck that cat. This is my podcast.
So you always had technology.
It's
around.
Nosecast. It's not Catcast.
First my internet, and now.
Oh God, it's Canada. Useless bullshit. I don't even know what I was talking about. Technology,
You're talking
the internet.
about, yeah. No, but you were talking about how your grandpa worked on.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a long way of getting into the fact that I got the internet early on because he had the internet early on. So I had like AOL 1, in like 1994 or 1995 or some shit like that.
We didn't have AOL here. We had MSN.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Right, because you didn't live in America. Yours was like COL.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't remember where your story was going, though. Your cat threw me off. It's talking about the internet as a kid. Where? Fuck it, man. I'm just going to end this episode.
Yeah.
What is the story? What are we talking about? I can't rewind this shit. This is real time.
We were talking about aliens, and then we started talking about dogs.
We talked about like dogs and like the midnight.
Matthew McConaughey. You busted through 50 top 80s movies. Technology and trash talking. Kids trash talking on the internet today need to be more creative.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. So I'll just say this, and then we'll fucking put this bad boy to bed. When I started using the internet early on, everyone had a screen name. It was just like, Sick Puppy 666 or like Toaster Lover 143 or some shit like that. Like everything was a screen name. So people would say and do crazy shit. And you would just be like, well, man, the internet is the Wild West. And I remember thinking, if people use their real names, they would never say and do the shit that they do on the internet now because it's anonymous.
Yeah.
But that is proven to not be the case at all. Like people are very, very brazen about using their real name and even like saying the craziest, sickest shit on Facebook where it's connected to the rest of their friends and family.
Yeah. No, man, go look in your comment section. There's been some crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you saying? Like,
my favorite thing to do is on Instagram specifically is whenever there's just like a really hateful or disgusting comment on something. So like, say for instance, there is and 99 times out of 100, it's usually on a woman's post. So like, it doesn't matter what the woman does for a profession, who she is, where she is, whatever. Someone will say something really vulgar, really violent, or really terrible. And it's like, it's so intense that I have to tap on their name. And it always goes to someone's profile who's generally somewhere between the ages of 11 and 45. Yeah. And it's just like pictures of them with like their fucking pet rabbit and their grandma. And like, here we are at the graduation party. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be like spitting hate like that when your public life is so easily available.
Dude, there's some amazing though, like screenshots of like comments where the people then like zoom into the profile picture and things like that. And it's like an 11-year-old kid. And it's not like that person's just using that 11-year-old kid as like a.
Yeah, right. No, it's like an actual like piece of shit 11-year-old.
Yeah, that says some crazy shit. Yeah. Like, it's like, whoa. That's the crazy. I read some of those things and I'm like, I never even knew that those were things when I was 11.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah,
it is weird.
It really brings out the worst in people. People say some horribly wretched shit on the internet, and they don't care that you know who they are. Like, I think there's such a it's a separation of reality because you're just looking at your phone and you're not realizing that what you're saying. Like, I don't know why people would say this shit anyway. Like, even as like a dumb like a hormone filled like early teen, I never thought these things. I never like thought to tell someone to kill themselves or like, like even like thinking about girls and stuff, I never thought to like say these like really weird things about their bodies and like you know what I'm saying? Like where does this shit come from?
And I think it's crazy because it's like what we're advocating for right now is something that I think we both would have like never advocated for before, which is like some kind of censorship. You know what I mean? You know?
Censorship.
Yeah. And
Yo, you know what I'm sick of is the First Amendment.
I mean, you brought this up last podcast, and it's like, I don't agree with you, but I'm going to argue.
Right. I may not agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it.
Yes.
Like some people really abuse the shit out of that and like shouldn't be allowed to talk.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the internet has given a platform to people who probably should have like kept to like their notebooks in school.
That's the scary thing, and validation, and like, you know how all these like apps that are coming out, like I constantly hear like people talking about like, you know, TikTok's blowing up, like people are getting like 10 million views, 10 million hits, and I'm like, is that like orchestrated though to make people switch over to a platform where they can get a lot of like attention?
Mm-hmm.
Like how much of that is actual like real views, or is that just being like, you know, is that just like fluff? Like,
well,
fake?
what about when people like buy followers?
Yeah. And it feels like, is TikTok just like a platform in which people are just scrolling through things rapidly? So, I mean, you're not getting the same engagement as you would get on like a YouTube video.
Right. Where people actually have to sit and watch and kind of like make a direct. I mean, it's not like YouTube comment sections aren't also like acidic.
Yeah.
But
no,
like,
for sure. I guess the difference is though, is that like these people are getting validation and thinking that like 12 million people seen their thing and probably liked it, when it's like, no, they probably just scrolled past it 12 million times.
Right. Yeah. It's
like a crazy person.
It's so weird how desperate everyone is for attention, that just like seeing these numbers, you know, like, and there's so many studies about like the dopamine hit that you get in your brain that just like actually makes it feel like you're getting like a hit of something. You know, like you're doing a drug, and it hurts. Oh my God, it hurts so bad to think about.
Dude, it's crazy though. It's like before, everyone's kind of fighting for advertisement on like you know, Times Square.
Yep.
You want to get your message up there. You get your message up there, and a lot of people see it. Now we're all just insane people on the corners, just screaming like the end is near.
Yep. Yeah. You're right. It's everyone holding up one of those picket signs.
Yeah.
Saying some crazy shit, but it's everybody.
Yeah. And so I'm walking down the street, and it's like, I don't even know where to look anymore.
Oh man. Yeah.
And I refuse to be a picketer. So I don't know, man.
It's really nice to pull back from social media. Like I've also like gotten bored with it over the past few years. Because like if it doesn't work the way that it's supposed to work, like if you share something and then no one's able to see it, like where's like the reward? Where's that dopamine hit that I'm supposed to be getting that's supposed to keep me addicted to this? Like, I don't give a fuck. You know?
It's got to go back to, and hopefully maybe we'll just need something new. But, well, it's never going to go back to how it was before, but it would be awesome. Like, do you remember when YouTube videos were like, even the early stages of people actually creating videos and stuff, it was still raw, and it was still like people making skits that felt like two guys just trying to make a skit, or a few people trying to make a movie, and now everything is so produced.
Right.
It's back to like, where am I supposed to find like other people trying to make unique things?
Well, we talk about that shit all the time. Is like like public access TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like public
like
access.
Tom Green and stuff.
Dude, public access. Oh, Tom Green. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Public access TV was one of my favorite things in the world to watch when I was like middle school and high school, and my friends all watched it, and we would like love it. And there were shows on there that were just like weird, like this guy is probably got someone tied up in his basement. Then there were like teenagers who had like a skit show. Then there was like a weird like local events show, and there was like all this shit. And some like I remember one time, actually, whenever I used to travel, like before like the internet and social media really became a thing, like in the early to mid 2000s. Whenever I went to a hotel, I would find the local public access channel.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
remember one time we were at this one place and I found a show where some dude was just like dressed up as a tiger, like in a really bad tiger costume. And I was like, this is staying on the rest of the night. I'm not changing this channel until this show is over.
Dude, that was the early internet,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
That's exactly what it was.
It was.
Is people decided that they could make their own TV shows and
But it required so much more effort and dedication, like
that's. Do you think that's what's lost? We maybe like now we all have cameras.
mhm.
Right? We all have cameras like in our pockets. We all can make a YouTube channel and upload. So almost the ability or the
Well,
like
the creativity is lost, like even though all these things are like really easy to make stuff with, like you have to make something out of it. Like I was watching, one of the things I was watching was the Steven Spielberg documentary, and they were talking about when he was a kid and he was shooting his own little movies and stuff like that. One of the things that he did was he was shooting a war movie, and he set up kind of like this seesaw. It was like a plank on a rock, essentially, and one end of the plank had a pile of dirt on it, so that when the actors would run through the scene, they would slam on the one side of the plank so that it looked like the ground, like they were getting shot at or something was exploding.
Dirt was getting thrown up in the air.
Yeah, because and it's such a cool idea for like a practical effect to make something happen, to make it feel real,
That's funny because it's like that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Is that the ability for us to make things now is almost too easy, so we don't do it.
Right.
And I feel like especially like last year and then now at the beginning of this year, I feel like we've been taking on projects where we're doing so much problem solving and outside of our normal, pretty much a lot. Well, I feel like at least half the projects that we're working on, it's like a lot of weird problem solving that isn't just design.
Yep.
And that's where the fun is for sure.
It is, yeah, because we've been getting to like make things and like have to figure out how to make these things, and especially with 2020 being the way it was and having such limited resources, trying to make cool shit without anything at our disposal,
Yeah, like without giving anything away, like it's been real problem solving with like based around how do you accomplish those,
right?
Not just like what's the problem that we're solving for. It's like how do you build the system to solve that problem,
right? Because first you have to figure out how to solve the problem, then you have to figure out how to build a system to create the solution for that problem, then you have to troubleshoot the system to make it so it actually looks good on top of it. Yeah.
Like I have a camera rig now in my basement that is like intense. You know what I mean? It's like hooked to my ceiling. I like it's super intense, and it's like it's you realize that like that's how all those studios operate. It's all problem solving. No one runs the same systems with those. Like,
I mean, in the past year alone, I mean, we've done stop motion animation. We've done one of the things we did was design and develop the awards for the Young Guns show, for the the One Club Young Guns show, and that was tough too because it was so hard to get resources, and we went through I don't know how many manufacturers first before we were just like, fuck it, let's just make it ourselves, and then figured out how to do that.
Man, we sat on Zoom just like messing around until it was like, all right, we have what we want.
It took a while, but it was there, and the result is sick, and it's it's cool to be able to go back and do things with your hands again too, and do that kind of thing. And
I mean, you're making those books now, and it's like going through papers and coming up with like a size, like you're actually whole. I don't know, man. I hate to sound like most of those people talking about their products and things like that, but it's like to actually like hold paper and figure out a size and Like you've been sending me like drawings on different colors of paper and stuff
Dude,
like that.
I'm absolutely loving this. So one of the things that we're doing with these notebooks, the ugly books, I think I'm settling on ugly books, is we're doing like these multicolor interior pages. And I ordered, so Brent has been showing me these mechanical pencils that he's obsessed with. So I ordered a couple off of Amazon. They're like cheap too. And a couple of them that I got were these like different color chalk pencils, which is sick. And I'll just let me see if I could show. Well, hold on.
Yeah, right there.
So if you're on YouTube, you can kind of see it's fucking too dark. But whatever, it's like all these different colors, and I was just testing them out to see like how they would look. And like I'm using white chalk pencil on like this like maroon color paper. That's going to be the interior of the book. I'm using this like gold chalk. I'm using red pencil, and all these different colors work so well on this paper, and they're fun to draw with, and they're just still pencil, and you can carry them around. It's not messy. It still shows up. They're mechanical, so you don't have to keep sharpening them. You just draw with them, and it's awesome. And you can draw with a Sharpie. You can put some fucking gel pens on here. Like, it doesn't matter. Colored pencils, crayons, like, it works with everything, and it's so fun. And it's still just like a little pocket notebook,
Yeah, man. I feel like what you're doing with the interior colors is super unique, and it makes doing like shitty doodles that you're going to go through like 20 pages of bullshit kind of fun and interesting.
Yeah. It has
that
whole thing. Well, it's got that whole thing where like a lot of people will like do like pencil drawings and then go into Photoshop and like invert it and shit so it looks like you're drawing with like chalk or something.
Yeah.
But like if you just order the right shit and you get these little chalk pencils, like it doesn't rub off or anything. It's just like a regular pencil, and it sits there exactly how you would want it to.
Yeah, and we were talking about that, like the cost of entry to do something like this, like to get a pencil like that is like $10.
Yeah, it's easy. And that's like a really nice piece of equipment too. It's like you don't have to, it's not like when you have to budget for an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil or something like that. This is like it's easy stuff. The books are easy, they're short books. You can, when you're done with them, you can pocket them, throw them away, you do whatever you want. So it's like it's that whole kind of like hands-on, but not like so valuable that you hold it to be precious. You know what I mean?
It's weird though, because they're gonna hold more valuable. Like they're gonna hold more value in not being treated valuable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like we should give away.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, totally. We're going to definitely be doing like some giveaways and shit like that. Like, I want people to have these. I want people to see what they're like and play with them and see if they like them. But yeah.
I think we should do our old pencils, Mitsubishi.
Yes. No, we're going to. Yeah, I would love to do that. We got to do that.
Yeah.
But we'll do that. That's what we'll do though. Like, let's, as soon as I'm just waiting for final things of production for these bad boys. And then they're going to go up. Domains, trademarks, everything's in the works, ready to go. So it's just a couple little things on the production side, and then they're going to be alive. But yeah, maybe we should do like giveaways with like pencils and a couple of like a set of books, different colors.
I think we should give away the Mitsubishi ones that we've been using.
Yeah, those are pretty sick.
Mitsubishi pencils.
Yeah, those are pretty sick. People will like those. I'm obsessed with them now. Like I just do this black one, this all black one.
Yeah,
I love this thing. There's this black one, and then there's the one that I use with the chalk, and then it opens up with like this red. Dude, it's so sick.
Oh wait, and what brand is that?
This one is
Rotring.
It's a Uni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like KOHO or whatever, Uni. No, just
is that what it is? I don't know. I mean I know the brand Uni, like UNI.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if there's like a parent company or some shit. I always just see Uni. But is that it?
No, this is Rotring.
Oh, okay. What is this one that I got here? Look at this. I got this other red one here. This is a Uni also. They're all basically like yeah, they're all like mechanical pencils, but they're super cool, and they're like really fun to draw with, and they're like we've been using the 2mm ones.
Yeah.
And you get a nice thick line out of it. So it's and especially on like this, not drawing on like a big, huge piece of paper, you get like some really good line work with it, and it looks awesome. It's awesome. Feels great.
Yeah, I love it. I'm obsessed with the 2mm.
Yeah, the 2mm is fantastic.
Yeah.
But the friggin' the gold and the white on the colored paper is just like, it's so sick.
And that's 0.9mm, right?
0.9mm. It's so sick to draw with, though.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like pencil still.
Yo, I have a complete side note.
Ooh.
And I just remembered to tell you, and I've been waiting to tell you pretty much all week.
Yeah.
I heard an interview with Ozzy Osbourne talking about his new album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think did you do the cover?
I did. I worked on the cover, and then I did the interior illustration.
Yeah, okay. But he was talking about that album, and then he was talking about AC/DC and Angus Young, and he said, "Man, I like that Angus Young. Him always wearing those short pants." He says short. He calls them short pants. Yeah, and it was amazing.
You liked it.
So that's where that comes from. I think is like a English thing, potentially.
It's more fun when you call somebody short pants, though. Hey, short pants, get over here, because you just like you're like calling them like a child.
Yeah. Short pants.
Come on, Ozzy.
Yeah, I mean, but you're
getting soft in your old age.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I felt that was productive. I don't think we really talked about much, but it felt like there was a lot in there.
I feel like we always get on a good roll right at the end.
Oh,
that's right when people probably start tuning out.
That's it. Well, I mean, at the end is a good time to tune out, so I'm cool with that. So we're gonna do some guests. Maybe we'll do like one a month, right? Because we were just like, let's get some other opinions in here. Let's just throw like get some other voices and just like have some fun with it. So maybe like one a month, one every 2 months. Not like a lot. It's not going to be like a guest podcast, but I think we'll bring some people in. Maybe we'll do a little bit more early on. Maybe I don't know. We got a bunch of people lined up already, and I think they'll all be really fun discussions. So we'll fuck around with that. Like I said, we have the Hood Sisters coming on. They're going to be the first guests of the year, and that should be fun too because I think they do a really good live show. And I always complain about designers being like really shit at their like lectures or the speaking events and stuff. And I was always impressed with how they did their live show. So I'm sure they'll be fun to listen to because they have good personalities. And then besides that, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed as well.
I'm going to bed, man. I missed midnight. My dog probably said some shit. I'm not going to know what he said. And there's no point in waiting.
Night?
There's no point in waiting for him to come back around. So I'm done. Fucking done here, man. You got any parting words?
Goodbye.
Stay up! A frozen break that paralyzed the truth! Melted till the soul's not freaking through!